what's about to happen? The world is going to crumble when they see this next arrest. In the meantime, there's going to be deaths, distractions, and fires to hide evidence. Watch for it, ask questions, demand answers. You know who's on those flight logs. You do. You know who should be arrested. You all do. You know that laptop from hell is real. You know that the black book is real. You know Ghislaine Maxwell's customers are who everybody is watching in the everyday news, including those who you drop your kids off with every day. Your schools, your doctors, big banks, Chase Bank, Bank of America. There is a lot of people that are attached because this goes very deep. I told y'all this is a spider web that is tangled and tangled and tangled and woven intricately. I am telling you right now that once one goes, it's going to pull on a big string. That arrest is coming.
Oh God! The one and only Allie Carter is spilling some seriously explosive tea. And trust me, this isn't your regular celebrity gossip. She's dropping bombs about these Hollywood fires, saying they're not just some random accidents. They're supposedly part of some massive cover-up involving Diddy and Jay-Z. And honey, we're not just talking about little secrets here. Allie's exposing everything from underground tunnels to trafficking rings that'll make your stomach turn. Are our favorite A-listers running scared? Because let me tell you, they should be. Everyone called her crazy before, but now that her predictions are coming true, well, let's just say people aren't laughing anymore. But here's the real tea. Allie isn't just another attention-seeking starlet. No. She's a former foster kid who's seen the darkest corners of Hollywood, and darling, she is not holding back. She's been dropping these bombshells about the rich and famous for years, and now some of our biggest stars are literally shaking in their designer boots. Growing up in foster care, Allie saw firsthand how the system fails vulnerable children. She bounced from home to home, never finding that safe place we all deserve. But what she's revealing now, it's absolutely chilling. She's naming names, big names, and talking about things that'll make your jaw hit the floor faster than a Hollywood scandal. Those secret tunnels under LA? What happens down there is enough to give anyone nightmares. And listen to this, in Allie's own heartbreaking words. I was locked in containers with his shipment of kids. There were babies that were 6 years old, and I'll never forget them just crying. Nobody knew whether or not to move.
Locked me in containers with his shipment of kids. There were kids in there that didn't speak English. There were kids that were sick and that were already dying. There were babies. There were babies that were 6 years old, and I'll never forget them just crying, and everybody was just staring at them. Everybody was just staring at each other. Nobody knew whether or not to move. I was freaked out. And I got up and I held her. And they opened the truck and they took her from me. Because they said she was already sick. And they killed her. Her name was Bailey. There were kids in there from Africa, from Mexico, and there was a bunch of trucks. And they divvied everybody out like retail. One person, she wouldn't stop crying, so they said that they would just send her off to somebody who was already sick, that had AIDS, that was gonna die soon, because she wouldn't shut up.
Now, here's where things get even juicier. At first, everyone thought Allie was just making up stories. But honey, she's got receipts. We're talking documents, photos, the whole 9 yards. And these Hollywood bigwigs, they're sweating bullets because she's threatening to release everything. But why should we believe Allie now? Well, let me spill this scalding hot tea. Her predictions are actually coming true. Remember those massive fires that just ravaged through LA? Allie called it, sweetie. She straight up predicted that these powerful people would try to destroy evidence, and suddenly half of LA is up in flames. Coincidence? I think not. And let me tell you, she's not afraid to go after the biggest names in the business. She's even calling out Diddy himself, along with other powerful figures. People are finally starting to listen. And with these recent LA fires, baby, things are about to get messier than a reality TV reunion. Just a couple months ago, Allie predicted these exact fires, saying some big shots would try to cover their tracks. And now look what's happening. LA is experiencing some of the worst fires in years. We're talking over 130,000 people evacuated, more than 2,000 buildings turned to ash, and celebs losing their fancy mansions left and right. But here's the gag. Allie is saying this isn't just Mother Nature throwing a tantrum. She's convinced these fires are part of some elaborate scheme to burn evidence, and the details she's sharing are absolutely wild. According to our girl Allie, these fires are hitting very specific locations: celebrity mansions, hospitals, and even amusement parks. And get this, she claims all these places are connected to her shocking allegations. Now, let me serve you this piping hot tea. Allie's been dropping hints about these fires for months. Back in October, she posted this video warning everyone about upcoming fires and explosions. She said they'd use them as cover-ups for all the dirt she's been exposing, and now that it's actually happening, people are absolutely losing it.
There's no protocol for what's about to happen. The world is going to crumble when they see this next arrest. In the meantime, there's going to be deaths, distractions, and fires to hide evidence. Watch for it, ask questions, demand answers. You know who's on those flight logs. You do. You know who should be arrested. You all do. You know that that laptop from hell is real. You know that the black book is real. You know Ghislaine Maxwell's customers are who everybody is watching in the everyday news, including those who you drop your kids off with every day. Your schools, your doctors, big banks, Chase Bank, Bank of America. There is a lot of people that are attached because this goes very deep. I told y'all this is a spider web that is tangled and tangled and tangled and woven intricately. I am telling you right now that once one goes, it's going to pull on a big string. That arrest is coming.
But wait, because this tea is about to get even hotter. Allie's spilling all about these underground tunnels, honey. She's saying there's this whole secret network under LA, like some kind of twisted spider web connecting celebrity homes, the Getty Museum, and other elite spots. We're talking dark, hidden corridors where all sorts of shady business goes down. And Allie, she is not backing down one bit. She's saying all these powerful people are running scared, trying to burn every last piece of evidence that could expose them. It's like they're playing the most dangerous game of hide and seek ever, but instead of hiding, they're setting everything ablaze. We're talking serious inferno action here. Over 7,500 firefighters out there risking their lives. The air quality's absolutely dreadful, and the whole city's turned into one massive disaster zone. But here's the real kicker that'll make your head spin. Allie claims she was about to release some major proof right when these fires started. Talk about suspicious timing. Chile, let me tell you. Allie Carter has got Hollywood's elite shaking like leaves in a hurricane. She's sitting on a mountain of evidence that's about to expose all of Hollywood's darkest secrets. And we're not talking about your regular celebrity drama. This is next-level, life-changing stuff that could completely shatter everything we thought we knew about our favorite stars. Our girl's been playing detective for years, and she's got all the receipts, stacks of documents, secret photos, and videos that'll have your jaw on the floor. And what she's uncovered? It points to this massive ring right in the heart of Hollywood. We're not talking about some sketchy back alley operation. She's exposing secret rooms in those gorgeous celebrity mansions you see on TV. And honey, Allie's got names. Big names. We're talking about people you see on your screen every single day. Just imagine watching your favorite show and wondering if that charming actor you've been crushing on is actually involved in something this twisted. Now about these underground tunnels. Allie says she's witnessed children being moved through them with her own eyes. In one of her most shocking videos, she spilled some major tea.
There are underground tunnels that are under the schools, elementary, junior, and high schools all over the place. They exist everywhere. They lead to amusement parks, they lead to hospitals, cemeteries, schools, celebrity homes, psychic shops. They lead everywhere. Yes, there's every means of transportation. There's every walk of life. There's cities, there's different air supply. There's
But that's not even the half of it. Allie's pointing fingers at hospitals, police officers, and even judges. She's saying the entire system is rotten to its core, and get this, she claims she's got the receipts to prove it. We're talking financial records that could bring down some of Hollywood's biggest names. Here's the tea that'll make your blood boil. Some of this explosive evidence was supposed to come out in court, and wouldn't you know it, that's exactly when these fires started. Coincidence? Allie definitely doesn't think so. She's saying these fires aren't just destroying homes, they're burning up proof that could bring this whole house of cards tumbling down. And let me hit you with these shocking numbers. Over 18,500 children were reported as possible victims in 2016 alone, according to the National Center for Missing and Exploited Children. And now Allie Carter isn't just calling out Hollywood bigwigs anymore. She's taking aim at the very system that's supposed to protect our children. Yes, you heard that right. Child Protective Services. Now, Allie knows the foster care system inside and out. She's lived it, breathed it, and what she's seen, it's darker than any horror movie. We're not just talking about regular neglect here. This is about a system that's supposedly throwing vulnerable children to the wolves, but it gets even more disturbing. Allie's talking about children completely vanishing from the system. One day they're there, the next, poof, gone without a trace. And the most heartbreaking part? Nobody's even looking for them. It's like these precious children are just numbers on a page, not real human beings with hopes and dreams. And hold on to your seats because this tea is scalding. Allie's claiming some CPS workers are in on the whole thing. We're talking bribes, fake reports, the whole 9 yards. These people are supposed to be protecting our children, but instead, they're allegedly profiting from their suffering. And according to Allie, it's not just a few bad apples ruining everything. She's saying the entire system is corrupt to its core, like some twisted pipeline designed to keep vulnerable children trapped in this horrific cycle. And the people at the top, they're making sure this pipeline stays flowing. But Allie isn't just talking about faceless villains, she's got a list. And trust me, she's checking it twice. Judges, social workers, even politicians. No one's safe from her accusations. These are powerful people we trust to make decisions about children's lives. And according to Allie, they're using that power to fill their own pockets and feed this sick system. Remember those devastating fires we talked about? The ones Allie predicted? Well, here's the most chilling part. Allie's saying some of the evidence that went up in smoke wasn't just random celebrity secrets. We're talking about CPS records, documents that could have exposed this whole operation, all reduced to ashes. Now, the experts are divided on Allie's claims. Some child welfare advocates say the system's flaws could definitely allow abuse to go undetected, while others think her accusations are too extreme. But one thing's crystal clear. Allie's revelations are raising serious eyebrows and sparking heated debates about how we protect our most vulnerable children. For years, Allie's been screaming about Hollywood's dark underbelly, but nobody was listening. It was like she was shouting into the void. But now, the tables have turned, honey. The whole internet is hanging on her every word. And here's what's really interesting. Allie hasn't changed her story one bit. She's been singing the same tune for years, even when everyone thought she was crazy. That consistency, it's making people sit up and take notice. And get this, Allie's not alone anymore. Other survivors are stepping forward, backing up her claims. It's like an army of whistleblowers is emerging from the shadows. And their stories? They're making Allie's allegations look less like some wild conspiracy theory and more like a real-life nightmare. These LA fires have everyone asking some seriously uncomfortable questions. Suddenly, Allie's wild stories about underground tunnels and secret rooms don't seem so far-fetched. It's like the smoke is clearing, but instead of answers, we're just finding more disturbing questions. And honey, Allie's got a growing fan club, but we're not talking about your typical Stan army. These are regular folks turning into amateur detectives, digging deep, connecting dots, and spreading Allie's message like wildfire. But here's where it gets real. Allie isn't backing down, even with all this heat. In one of her recent videos, she said it straight. I've been screaming for years, so now if you see me over here trying to live a normal life and tying up loose ends, just mind your business or don't. And her supporters? They're louder than ever. The comments are exploding with people praising Allie's courage and determination. It's like everyone's finally waking up to the bombshell they've been sleeping on. But exposing all these secrets has put Allie in serious danger. We're not just talking about angry tweets, we're talking death threats, mysterious cars following her, and attempts to hack her accounts. But our girl's got a secret weapon, what insiders call a dead man's switch. If anything happens to her, all her evidence gets released. But she's not putting all her eggs in one basket. She's got some of her evidence stashed with trusted friends as her insurance policy. And it's not just about her anymore. Allie's worried about other survivors speaking out too. The pressure is intense and the stakes are higher than ever. Despite all the danger, Allie's standing her ground like a warrior. She says the truth is worth any cost. It's like she's on a mission straight from the gossip gods themselves. But let's be real, Allie's playing with fire. This isn't about likes and shares anymore. We're talking life or death. More and more people are starting to listen, connecting the dots between her revelations and real events. It's like the whole world is finally opening their eyes to what she's been saying all along. But you've got to wonder, how far is too far? Allie's taking on the entire system, and that system is not happy. She's facing real threats. Can you imagine living your life always looking over your shoulder? But maybe that's exactly what she wants, to burn the whole system down. She's drawing parallels between herself and other whistleblowers who've faced serious heat for their revelations. And she's not just calling for investigations into celebrities. She wants the entire system put under the microscope. The media seems torn. Some are digging deep, while others are trying to make Allie look crazy. Now tell me, how do you feel about Allie Carter's shocking revelations? Drop your thoughts in the comments and check out this next video.